Hey everybody, thank you for tuning in to Under Construction with Martin Williams. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast. You can do so on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, SoundCloud, and on YouTube. All the links to this podcast can be found in the description box or at guidedexpressions.com/podcast. Today, what I wanted to talk to you about is why did I choose to rebrand my podcast? As some of you know, if you've listened to this podcast before, I called this podcast the Guided Expressions Podcast, and part of that reasoning is that's the name of my company. I am retaining my company, obviously, and I am not changing the name or anything that my company is doing per se at this time, but I am rebranding the podcast to Under Construction. And one of the reasons that I'm doing that is I believe that we are all under construction. We're all being built and renewed and renovated, and life is changing for so many of us, especially here in 2020. The first half of the year has been basically one big shift in one way or another. And we are all different. We are all evolving. And I think that is where we are right now. I think we are in a state of construction or reconstruction, depending on exactly where you are. And I believe that it's more appropriate, and I really think that the energy really connects with just being under construction. I feel like we never finish. We never really complete our mission as far as becoming all that we are supposed to become. And so this is an ongoing project. We are all like ongoing projects. I'm taking a long route here, but I want to just explain what I am doing with this rebrand. And, as far as like my coaching practice, really moving towards a more strategic aim, whereas before I was, doing audios and creating mental programming and guided imagery audios, which I will still do. And for those that want to buy them and consume them, I'll always have them available. But I am moving my day-to-day activities as I prepare to transition from a 9-to-5 to full-time entrepreneurship, moving towards a more strategic aim, one in which helps people navigate the times that we're in right now, and also, just navigate life. I think that too many people are going into the world, especially young people, and they don't have the tools to really navigate life. They don't have the tools to navigate the day-by-day necessities, whether it's financial or emotional or health or whatever area you want to focus on. They just truly lack the tools to really navigate that successfully. I think there's more that we can all do to help prepare those that we love, and especially those that are younger than us that haven't reached the stages that we've reached, to just be better prepared for life and be better prepared for everything that they're going to face. And can you prepare for every single thing? Of course not, but you can be prepared better than I think a lot of people are prepared. I think for some of our older people, parents, grandparents, they were so focused on survival and so focused on keeping the lights on and keeping a roof over our heads, that there were some lessons that got skipped, some pretty important lessons. And that's something that I don't want to do with my own birth daughter, but also with any young people that choose to look at me as a mentor. I want to give them the tools that I basically didn't get, and that's that's not meant as a negative slant toward my mom or any of the adults that poured into me as a child, because I did learn a lot of things. That I did learn some very important things in life, as far as how to treat people, how to conduct myself in the world, and all of those things. And those are important lessons. But, there are some lessons that were missed, and some pretty important ones, like I said. So I think that there's certain things that I can do to help redirect that cycle and starting a new cycle, and one that allows people to really flourish the way that they were meant to flourish. So I took that really, really, really long trip to basically say that I am not only rebranding this podcast, but also rebranding my coaching practice. And I'm going to release more details on that in the coming weeks. I already have a program called the Blueprint that is for sale. So if you want to get that course, you are more than happy to go to guidedexpressions.com/blueprint, and you can buy the course there. And I'm also working on another course and another, it will probably turn into a mastermind, a year-long mastermind for people that want to basically shift their lives. They want to go from where they are to a different place. And that is something that I'm very excited to be working on. And I will, again, share more information about that in the coming weeks. But I think I'm going to wrap it up here. I just wanted to explain what I was doing as far as the absence, and I've been gone for a little bit. And I'm also going to go deeper into that as well. But, I just want to thank everyone for listening. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for spending a little bit of time listening to this podcast. I most definitely appreciate it. And I'm looking forward to sharing with you the next chapter of my journey. And hopefully you come along with the ride, come along for the ride, I should say, and travel this road with me. So until then, my name is Martin Williams. Thank you so much.